Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Robby kicked Miguel off the balcony during the events of Cobra Kai Season 5? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 5 would still happen. Johnny, Daniel, and Robby would still come back from Mexico. Robby and Miguel would still be enemies. Daniel would still give Johnny the idea to have Miguel and Robby fight it out. So Johnny would get Robby and Miguel to fight, to put all their anger aside, and the fight would begin. They would still get some hits on each other, and their fight would still make it to the stairway. And in this timeline, Robby would be filled with rage. He would still have tunnel vision, and he wouldn't pay attention to where he was. Johnny would still watch from below, and he would want them to stop fighting, so he would make his way up the stairs. Miguel would have a similar moment to the school fight, and he would want to show mercy. But Robby would be once again filled with rage, and he would once again kick Miguel off the balcony. Robby would realize what he had done, and he would instantly regret it. Johnny would look at Robby, and he would say, "Robby, what did you do?" Johnny and Robby would rush to Miguel, and they would drive him to the hospital. The doctors would ask what happened, but Johnny would only say that Miguel fell off the balcony. He wouldn't want to get Robby involved. Robby and Johnny would be in the waiting room. Robby would be filled with regret, and he would tell Johnny that this time he wasn't running away, that he was going to accept any punishment that came to him. Johnny would call Carmen, and he would explain everything that happened. Carmen would be devastated, and she would be mad at Johnny, so she would arrive at the hospital. Eventually Miguel would wake up, and Johnny would want to talk to him. He would want to convince Miguel to not say what happened with Robby. He would say if Robby goes to juvie again, he wasn't coming out for a long time. And at first, Miguel would be mad at Johnny, but he would understand where Johnny was coming from, so Miguel wouldn't say anything. And the events of Season 5 would still carry on. Daniel would still fight Terry Silver in this timeline, and those events would stay the same. Robby would want to visit Miguel in the hospital, but Miguel wouldn't want to talk to him. Robby would try apologizing for everything that happened. He would say that he didn't mean for any of this to happen, but Miguel would try ignoring Robby. This is when Hawk would arrive, and he would overhear this, and he would realize that it was Robby that kicked Miguel off the balcony again. Hawk and Miguel would tell Robby to get out. Sam and a couple of the Miyagi Fang students would visit Miguel. Daniel would find out what happened with Miguel, and he would decide to give up, and he would let Cobra Kai win. Cobra Kai would continue to grow, and they would train for the Saikai Taikai. Eventually Miguel and Carmen would forgive Johnny, and Johnny would once again help Miguel recover. Hawk would want to get his revenge on Robby, and he would want to get Dimitri's help to get revenge on Robby. Hawk would say that he wasn't going to let Robby get away with this, but Dimitri would tell Hawk that's not what Miyagi-Do was about, so Hawk would want to get his revenge a different way. So he would make an anonymous call, and he would inform the police that Robby once again kicked Miguel off the balcony. So the police would show up at Johnny's house looking for Robby. Johnny and Robby would be surprised to see them. Johnny would try defending Robby. Robby would surrender, so Robby would once again be arrested, and he would once again be sent to juvie. Shannon would be mad finding out that Robby was in juvie again. News would spread that Robby kicked Miguel off the balcony again. And at juvie, Sean would be surprised to see Robby there again, and Robby would explain what happened. Tori and Kenny would visit Robby in juvie, and Robby would be happy to see them. Johnny and Daniel would also visit Robby, but this time Robby wasn't filled with anger, and he would accept his punishment. Eventually Miguel would recover with the help of Johnny. Miguel would want to go visit Robby in juvie. Robby would be surprised to see him there. Miguel would tell him that he forgives him. He would say that his recovery made him realize that the hate they had towards each other was wrong, and that he decided to let go of all the anger. Robby would be thankful, and he would once again apologize to Miguel. So Miguel and Robby would no longer be enemies, but they wouldn't be friends, and Robby would continue being in juvie. Cobra Kai would continue to expand and grow, and they would qualify for the Saikai Taikai. So Miyagi-Do or Miyagi Fang wouldn't reform in this timeline, and over the next few months, Johnny, Shannon, and Daniel would visit Robby in juvie, and that is where I'm gonna end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Robby kicked Miguel off the balcony during the events of Cobra Kai Season 5? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.